Hey guys, Jack Spirko here with a rather sad episode of the Duck Chronicles. We have lost a long-term flock member. We're not really sure what happened, but Buddy the Goose is gone. And she wasn't attacked by an animal or anything. We had a workshop here for about a week, and it was Saturday night, 2 nights ago, that all the ducks went to bed, and Joe the Goose, who's right there, went to bed, and he was screaming his brains out, and everybody realized Buddy was missing. And we found her kind of over here behind that white tank hiding. And it looked like she just had a bad leg. So I went and caught Joe because he was freaked out. And we put her and Joe in the greenhouse overnight. And they sat right here all day yesterday. We made sure she had food and water. And she did kind of get around a little bit, though she was still favoring that leg. And but she just didn't seem right. So last night I went and I actually took her, Charlie, no. I actually took her back to the holding area and put her in the house so that she could be, with the other ducks. And when I picked her up, I knew it was bad. And you can see she's laying right there. And when he came out this morning, he was screaming and screaming for her. And unfortunately, I didn't get the camera because I kind of wanted you to see what was going on. For about 15 minutes, he sat right next to her there with her dad, just sitting with her. And I think he's up and moving now. I think it's kind of sunk into him that she's actually gone. This isn't like when a duck dies. A duck dies, the other ducks kind of forget about it in a couple seconds. These guys are pair bonded for over a season and a half. They had one laying season together, one mating season together, and they're pair bonded until this happens. And this presents us with a problem for Joe because he's going to be a lone goose now, and he may be okay with just being with the ducks, but he'd really want a mate. That's part of their life, is to have a mate. And to try to introduce a mate to him now would be really difficult because we need one that would fit in. She'd have to be an adult. She'd have to not be pair bonded. Or we have to wait till spring and try to get a gosling that we know is a female, which is difficult because no one wants to sell a single goose. And try to bring her up and then hope she takes him as a mate. So we're not really sure what we're going to do right now, but you can see he's come back over to stand with her. And I told Dorothy, if I was dead, you'd want to see me before I was gone. So we put her out here for him, and I'll leave her there for a couple hours and see if he can kind of make the connection in that little goose brain of his that, she's just not here anymore. So he'll stop looking for her. And you can see, he was running around screaming and what have you. If there's a such thing as a grieving goose, you're looking at one right there. And it's too bad. But again, I have people that watch this channel, that watch the other videos I do on our land, that they, you want to keep ducks, you want to keep geese, you want to keep livestock. This is a harsh reality. This is something you're going to deal with. You're going to have animals that die. And people, if you have a couple birds, I guess if one gets sick, you can run it to the vet. But when you're managing a flock of hundreds, you can't just take every animal that looks a little off to the vet. And honestly, there probably wasn't anything that they could do for her. And my guess now is that bad limp, would be a symptom rather than the cause of this. She's so lightweight. Something was wrong with her. She looked fine. And, I don't make a habit of picking my geese up very often. They don't like it. So with all that fluff and feather, there was no way to tell. But she's really emaciated. And she looks great. It's almost like she had some sort of internal injury and she wasn't eating well, or she was eating and not absorbing feed. She looked fine. I noticed nothing wrong with her until Saturday night. And then she kind of crashed and just didn't make it. And that's all we're going to have today, except the hope is that Joe, while he won't have his mate, he will have a lot of friends. And hopefully we'll be able to keep him as part of the flock. With that, I'll sign off, and hopefully the next episode will be better things.